What's up, Colo Nation? Welcome to another episode of our Road to Ranked series. We're going to be trying to get up the VGC leaderboards, and in our last episode we went 2-1, bringing our overall record to 8-1 for this series. We're going to be using our team we've been using for the last couple episodes: Sylveon, Terrakion, Hydreigon, Charizard, Aegislash, and Thundurus for this episode. If you guys have been enjoying this series, please be sure to hit that like button as we are 23-21 after some tough battles on the side. We're at 1509 rating. We're actually slipping a bit, so we're going to try to get back up. First opponent is Sir Ansel from Indiana in the US. Opponent has Heatran, Venusaur, Bisharp, Terrakion, Gengar, and Suicune. It looks like we've got a duplicate of Aaron Zheng's team from Apex. So a lot of that team is centered around getting Tailwind up with Suicune, as well as basically general coverage and synergy. He's got a really strong core with this team, actually. So looking at this, let's choose, I want to say, looking at my team, I would start with Terrakion and Suicune as a lead. So expecting that, I would go for the, let's start with Thundurus and Charizard, just to make sure, try to ensure he won't get a Tailwind up. Charizard's actually a bad idea with this, so let's go with Hydreigon and Thundurus. Let's see, what could we bring? Gotta fix the camera here a little bit. I guess we could bring Aegislash, just in case of Gengar. And to deal with Heatran and with Bisharp, we're going to bring Terrakion in the back. So we're actually going to be bringing Thundurus, Hydreigon, Aegislash, and Terrakion. So that's going to be our team. And we'll see how this first battle goes. Here we go. Just writing down real quick what he has. Alright. So we're going to start off with Thundurus and Hydreigon, as I said before, and our opponent's going to lead with Terrakion and Gengar. Looking at this team, right off the bat, we are going to want to get off a Dark Pulse onto Gengar. But we also, what we could do here, we can Thunder Wave the Terrakion, and we'll use Dark Pulse on the Gengar. I don't remember if this Terrakion actually has Lumberry or not, but we'll see with that, what ends up happening with that. It might actually, but we'll take that risk there. So we're going to go with a Thunder Wave right off onto Terrakion. And that is going to be a Lumberry Terrakion. Actually, I forgot if I had it or not, but we'll go with Dark Pulse. Try to get a flinch on that Gengar. We don't need it because we do have a crit, and I forgot that's not a Focus Sash, so the Bisharp has the Sash on this team. Rock Slide is going to go off, however. And we're going to go under half health with Thundurus. That brought us to 52, dealing 132 damage. We don't have enough HP to take another one. So on this next turn, we're going to have to... see, he's going to bring out Suicune. He's going to bring out Suicune here, probably attempting to get the Tailwind up. And anticipating that, he might end up actually using, let's go with Taunt onto Suicune, and we'll switch out Hydreigon now for Aegislash and see what happens there. As the Taunt does get off onto Suicune, probably was going to go for the Tailwind here. Rock Slide is going to come out. Worst going to happen is a Snarl here, but at least we can prevent Tailwind from going up, which is really what we needed most. As Ice Beam is actually going to connect onto the Aegislash slot. And he doesn't get the crit, at least he doesn't get a freeze, which is good for us. So we're going to go for our own Terrakion here. And we'll be going for the... We'll go for Protect. And we'll go for a Flash Cannon onto Terrakion. See what he decides to do. As our Terrakion goes for Protect. Upon Terrakion is going to go for Close Combat. We're going to protect that, and Scald is going to go into Terrakion as well. Which means we get off a free Flash Cannon onto this Terrakion. Question is, will it be enough to knock out the Terrakion here? That is going to knock out the Terrakion, so we were able to eliminate that, which is really good news for us. Terrakion was the biggest threat to our team. So Bisharp is going to come out now. So what we're going to do, we're going to go for... let's go and we'll use the double kick onto Bisharp, and we're going to actually go for Shadow Ball onto Suicune, as we do get the double kick off, so we're going to be able to knock out this Bisharp this turn. Scald is probably going to be coming into Terrakion, I would assume. Yep, that's going to go into Terrakion. That's going to leave us with 39 health. No burn, which is good on our part as we go for the Shadow Ball here. What is that going to leave us? Alright, so that's going to be a taunt. Suicune's going to have taunt up. Let's go for the Stone Edge now onto Suicune, and we're going to use a Shadow Ball onto it as well. And that is going to activate the Citrus here. It's going to eliminate our Terrakion there with a Scald. So go for the Shadow Ball. That's going to leave it in the red. No special defense drop, not needed, because we do have Hydreigon here. What our opponent could have done was actually set up with Tailwind there, which would have allowed them to outspeed, get an Ice Beam up onto Suicune, but luckily for us, they didn't. And we're going to be able to get the Shadow Ball and a Dark Pulse off aimed at that Suicune. Yeah, so we are going to be able to eliminate the Suicune and come out with the... what was it, 2-0 victory for the first battle of our episodes. That was good. Just give me 1 second. And we're going to continue on the next battle. So that was a good 1-0 so far for the video. And we're going to go into the next battle. Let's see. So let's go with in party again and challenge. See what the music's going to end up being. I don't think I have music 13. I don't know where to get it. Beats me, but we are stuck on music 23. Communication with other trainer was interrupted, so we're actually going to move on now and continue the cycle through the music. Alright, so we're on music 20, Vic M from Japan, 1468, and our opponent has Manectric, Gardevoir, Zapdos, Golduck. Alright, I haven't seen that before actually. I wonder how that's going to be. Is Kecleon and what's his name? Escavalier. So looking at this team, it is hell, honestly, for my opponent. Because I have Hydreigon and Charizard, honestly, right here. So we're actually going to go Hydreigon, Charizard. I don't want to bring Thundurus only for the fact that it kind of is a sore thumb in this team. So we're actually going to go with Hydreigon, Charizard. We do need to bring Aegislash for the Steel type coverage, as well as we're going to bring Terrakion. Doesn't number on a lot of my opponent's team. So it's going to be Charizard, Hydreigon, Aegislash, and Terrakion. Gives us the best matchup along with Heat Waves. Double Kick is pretty reliable. Going to be in Stone Edge on Escavalier, as well as Zapdos. Going to take Stone Edge hard. Manectric is not going to like an Earthquake. And we have Age of Slash to get rid of Guard of War. It covers Golduck and can still do heavy damage after Weakness Policy to the rest of the team. So that's actually going to be what we're using here. I want to say it's going to be a rain team, only for the fact that there's a Golduck and a Manectric on the same team with the water typing. But there may as well also be Discharge, which also is an issue, but we'll see how that goes. And here we go. Alright, so here we go. Let's see. Opponent's going to start off with Gardevoir and Manectric. Which kind of leads me to believe there's a Scarf Gardevoir. Manectric's there for the Lightning Rod. We're going to go and we're going to actually just use Heat Wave first. And let's go with the Earth Power onto Manectric and see how that goes. What we want to do here, get the heavy damage off on the Manectric with Earth Power. Heat Wave is going to do a ton of damage regardless. We still might actually outspeed the Gardevoir. And even if we don't, Heat Wave will do a lot to us. And pardon me as I drink a giant 2-liter of Pepsi! Diet Wild Cherry. It's just cancer in a bottle, but being a diabetic, you know, sugar kills you now, cancer kills you later. I'm going to choose the diet soda. We're going to get the drought up, though, as the Gardevoir is the one that's going to be evolving, which actually isn't bad for us. So what we're going to get off here, we're going to see probably a Moonblast going into Hydreigon. Because Earth Power is going to connect with that Manectric. That is going to eliminate the Manectric in one shot, which is great for us. It allows our Charizard to live another turn. As Charizard's going to get Heat Wave off a single target onto the Gardevoir. Let's see how much damage we can do. That is going to leave it with about a third. Dazzling Gleam is going to hit. That's going to knock out Hydreigon, unfortunately for us. That was, holy shit, that thing, that HP bar went down fast. Wow. No, wow. Alright, so we're going to go with Age of Slash here. Thank God that we decided to have Age of Slash in the back, and luckily covered for Gardevoir, even though we didn't expect it to be a Mega Evolution, we still covered for it, which is good. Escavalier here. Alright, so what we're going to do here, we're going to go and we're going to use Heat Wave, and we'll go for the, I guess, the, I want to say King Shot. What I'm really thinking here, I feel like this thing is gonna use like some sort of attack on the Age of Slash, saying because it can't really attack the other one, it might switch right back out. Looking at his team though, we might as well go for Flash Cannon, I guess, onto Gardevoir slot. I don't really know what else it would do. Oh, alright, he's gonna forfeit right away. So that is gonna be a victory for us. Excuse me. So we are going to we're going to go to the next battle for the third one. So let's go and do that. Realm Fork. And because of that, actually, I'm going to actually fit in the fourth battle for you guys. Let's go in party again. And we're going to challenge when that loads. Alright, so we're going to go and we will be going into battle number 3 for the video. So I'm glad that we were able to get, and we're going to be able to get a 4th video in. Dean from Massachusetts, good to meet you, and good luck to you. Your team is Mightyena, Garchomp, Azumarill, Gengar, Vivian, and Charizard. I mean, my hand's kind of forced here. We're gonna have to go with the Hydreigon. Outspeed everything, honestly. Well, Hydreigon, Terrakion is gonna get an Intimidate job. It's the problem bringing that right away. So we'll go with Hydreigon. Sylveon is gonna give huge problems to my opponent's team. We'll bring. Let's avoid Charizard, honestly. I feel like I don't know if we can take the Solar Beam in the face, but whatever. And we'll bring in the back. We might as well. Honestly, Charizard is not a horrible idea as our final Pokemon. Looking at this team. And the Azumarill is going to be an issue. It's going to go for Play Rough on turn 1. So actually what we're going to do, we're going to bring Age of Slash. Azumarill really is not an answer for this. Nothing in this team is honestly an answer. We might get like a Scarf to Vivian or something. as what comes out of that. So let's see what we can get going here from our opponent. What is our opponent going to leave with is really going to determine how this battle goes. It's a reasonable matchup. It's Vivillon and Garchomp first. So I'm assuming it's a Scarf Garchomp and Sash Vivillon. Just going to be my first bet on this, honestly. Just going to see a Spore, if anything, go on to a Sleep Powder onto Hydreigon, if anything. So let's go with bigger threat, honestly. We need to hit that Vivillon and go for Hyper Voice and see if we can hit both of them at the same time. Fire Blast is going to go off, and that's going to connect with the Vivillon. I'm assuming it's the Sash. Be surprised if it was. It is Sashed, which is not bad for us. Garchomp is going with Iron Head onto the Sylveon, which is a really good move. Not targeting the Tailwind. I like this only because the Garchomp is going to be able to get the Iron Head off. And it's going to outspeed next turn the Hydreigon, but we do pick up the double knockout with the Hyper Voice, with the Life Orb Hyper Voice here. So that is going to allow us to pick up the 2 KO on our opponent's team. Let's see what our opponent brings out next, though. Gengar is going to come out next. Okay, not a bad choice. And Charizard as well. So we're going to go for Fire Blast onto the Gengar, and we're going to protect, or we can honestly, we're going to Helping Hand. We're going to Helping Hand that Hydreigon right now. Because he's going to Mega Evolve into Charizard Y, bringing up the sun. The thing is, we don't really need Sylveon anymore. So we're going to Helping Hand here. Scarf Hydreigon, hopefully outspeeds. We're going to at least get a Helping Hand off onto Hydreigon. Sludge Bomb is going to hit, alright, it's going to hit the Sylveon. I mean, I'm not sure I really could do otherwise. Tailwind still might outspeed with that Charizard, but let's see what Charizard, just Dragon Pulse from the Charizard actually might be enough to one-shot Hydreigon. That is enough to one-shot Hydreigon. With a crit, okay, so with the crit, that does eliminate Hydreigon. It makes things a little trickier here. Because now we have Charizard and Aegislash. Still allows us to get heavy damage, honestly, off. So what we need to do here, we're going to go for the, so I'm assuming he's going to go for the Shadow Ball, or the Thunderbolts on the Charizard. Let's go with our Heat Wave of our own. We're probably going to survive this turn, Aegislash-wise. So our best bet, I would assume, would be Wide Guarding, because I'm going to think that a Heat Wave is going to probably be coming in next. Dragon Pulse was a good move. Protect is going to come in here. So we go for the useless Wide Guard right now. And we're going to see is probably a Thunder Wave. So Thunderbolt, I mean, Shadow Ball into the Aegislash. Not bad. Oh, and the Charizard. Even better, actually. Avoiding the Weakness Policy boost. Heat Wave is going to come off. Alright, so we are able to connect the Gengar. That should knock out the Gengar here. We are able to pick up the KO on Gengar. I really want to say that we're going to probably see an Overheat go into Aegislash. Which would kind of seal the game for us. But just to be safe, let's go with Wide Guard again, in case he tries to Heat Wave us as well. Let's see what our opponent decides to do. If he overheats, we're fine. Dragon Pulse into the Charizard. That's an issue. But we do survive that at least, which is really, really helpful for us as the Heat Wave is going to connect, do about half damage. Tailwind is going to peter out as well. If it's going to do half damage with that, we might be able to get off an Overheat, and even then we might be able to KO with the Shadow Ball at this point. So we need to go offensive. Flamethrower is going to come out. That's going to hit the Aegislash, bring us down, and we're going to lose our Aegislash here. We need Overheat to hit. Overheat does connect. That should be enough to knock out the Charizard, I think. We are going to see it. We're going to see people knock out the Charizard. That's going to seal the victory for us. That was really, really close. I didn't expect the 2 KO to go on my side right after his. So we were lucky enough to escape with that 1-0 victory. It was a really close match. And we are going to be able to close out this episode at 3-0. But that was a really close match. That could have gone either way. If he had attacked on the last turn with onto Charizard, he might have actually won that match because I don't think Shadow Ball would have killed. I still could have stalled. What I could have done too is Shadow Balled, which King Shield the next turn, wait out the Sun, which should have gone out the turn after, and that would have actually been able to still pull off the win for me. That was a really good battle. Opponent played really well, and we're actually gonna check real quick what our record was. Our rating is. Let me give 1 second. Yeah, sure. We'll transmit the thing. All right. Let's see. Doubles in party, and let's check real quick what our rating got to. We are at 1554, 26, 21, and that was good. So that was awesome. So I want to thank you guys for coming and watching the video. If you did enjoy it, please don't forget to hit that like button, and I'll see you guys on the next episode of our Road to Ranked. This is Al, your ColoKing, and I am checking out.